Hi folks, it's Randy here again, coming back to you about the bike, the Cyrusher xf800. So all in all, the bike is pretty simple to put together. I do like the bike so far. If you follow the manual, the pictures are pretty self-explanatory. It is pretty simple to put together. There's a few things that are in the manual that are not on the bike. So like in here it shows you this little safety clip and nuts. We didn't have nuts on this. We had the quick release lever. You're probably familiar with those, which is fine. I prefer the quick release. I'm just pointing out some of the things that's missing from the manual. Now they show you the right and left on the pedals. Yeah, well, that wasn't marked on these pedals, but I figured that out. The other thing that I noticed is that when you go to put the tire on, it tells you that at the brake assembly, where's that at? So when you go to put the tire on, right here, there's this little spacer for the front disc brake. Ours was missing, so I don't know if it fell out during transportation or what, but there was no spacer in the brake caliper. The brakes work fine, so not a big deal. So, like I said, pretty easy to put together. One thing I do want to mention out is that, they were nice enough to send, we got a front fender, we got a back fender right here. So those are pretty nice. Those were added. I wasn't expecting that to come. Although, when you're paying a couple $1,000s for a bike, I would expect it to be put together a little bit better. I mean, it's minor flaws, but it's still flaws. So if you look at the bike here, you'll see all these cables right here and here. So this cable, it goes over the top of the frame when it should be coming down this side of the frame. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to disconnect the derailleur here, pull the cable loose. That means I got to disconnect one of these bolts here too. I'm going to have to run the cable on this side of the gooseneck, put it back into the clips, put it back in here, and put it all back together. Now when you're spending a couple $1,000s for a bike, you'd expect that to come from the factory properly, right? Yeah. So not a big major thing. I'll fix that. They did send a few other items. You get this cute little handy bag here, I guess. So got some Allen wrenches and some other wrenches here. That's kind of cute. You got your little metric wrench if you have to mess with any bolts, nuts. They send you this cute little wire cable lock here, which is basically worthless because anybody that has a small set of bolt cutters can have this chopped off your bike in about 2 seconds. But I guess it's a nice gesture. The other thing I wanted to point out is, they give you this tire pump. Here you go. Look at this cute little thing. So it does come from China. It says right here on the side, Beijing. So yeah. Anyhow, I tried hooking this to the tire and tried pumping it up and basically got no results. But hey, it was free, but it's worthless. So I went back to the old standard, hooked up the compressor, got the tires aired up to proper maximum level. Going to make a couple minor adjustments. When they did send the fender, it doesn't really come with the proper bolts to attach. So I had to go to one of the local hardware stores and get some new bolts. Not a big deal. I can get that figured out. So I'll get this and the light fixture put back on the front. Get that working properly. Then we're going to have Zach take it for a spin before we hook up the battery, just to see how it rides just as a pedal bike. Then we'll put the battery pack in it. We'll program the LED screen we got up here, and we'll see how it rides with electricity. So that'll be in the next segment.